It's your boy Vari. Now, a beautiful viewer in the comments asked me in the last video, could you do one about seniors? And obviously, your wish is my command. So I will tell some things that, from my own personal experience, things that you should know about, and honestly how to get through your senior year. Now, your senior year is probably going to be now I heard this from a long time ago. Like this, someone told me this like as a freshman, where like your freshman year and your junior year are going to be like the same, like, or should be a reflection of that year. So basically your freshman year should be a reflection of your junior year, and then your sophomore year will be a reflection year of your senior year. But I don't know if that's really true, but anyways, I'm going to cover a couple things. So for example, let's talk about like one of the big things, right? All of the senior things that your school allows, like senior sunrise or senior sunset. I think senior sunrise, for example. I didn't personally go to this just for the fact that, and I think all my friends didn't either, because I'm not waking up at like fucking 5 a.m. I'm not waking up at like 4 a.m. just and drive to school mad fucking early. Like, bro, I'm not trying to, like, nah, bro. I ended up going to bed. I just ended up going to school as usual. And things like powder puff, for example, just do it. Like when it comes to things that like only your grade can do, I think I'd recommend just honestly just doing it. For example, something like powder puff. Like if you're invited to do it or something, like be one of the male cheerleaders, or if you're a girl, be like on the team, then I would say just to, like, participate in those type of like senior activities that only you can do, because those are just memories. Those will be fun times for you and your school. Like, and also if your school I know my school had like a what's it called, like a freshman there was like a bonfire at the start, like a day or two before school started, and like all the seniors would kind of like light a bonfire for the incoming freshmen, which is like really cool. I never went to it myself freshman year, but anyways, when it comes to things like prom, for example, obviously go to prom, go to HOCO. These are the last ones. Homecoming football game, go to it. I think you should go to anything like those. Senior night, I think, is also a really big one as well, especially if you're a senior, which you should definitely go to when it comes to like football games or basketball games. Or if your friends are athletes as well, make sure you at least try to make an effort if your friends care about that type of thing. Because you don't want to be that guy that wasn't there for your friends, like, last high school football game, basketball game, lacrosse game, whatever, right? So definitely that is something. When it comes to your senior year, it should be like the most fun year that you have. And honestly, like your junior year is supposed to be like the one year where you you just hate life in general, right? That is that year. At least for me, it low-key was at times. For some people, maybe that's senior year. For others, it might have been their sophomore year. But for most people, like senior year, all the teachers are much nicer to you. They're much more chill, and even like the senior classes that you take, like for example, like English, they're a lot more lenient to you now. And honestly, every teacher that you talk to and deal with are a lot more lenient to you for the most part. So as long as they know you're a senior, if they don't know that you're a senior, let them know so you can get that leniency from them. Obviously, certain classes are going to be better at this than others, and certain teachers will be better at this than at others. Like, for example, if you're a senior and you decide to take a PE or something, like, I just need something for an elective, like, yeah, that PE teacher, man, he could give less of a fuck about what you're doing half the time. Just don't get caught leaving. You get leniency, but you don't, right? But definitely, like, for example, if you need to like leave or something, like you're really not trying to be in class for another 10 minutes, just make up a lie. Say, I gotta pick up my little sister, or I gotta do something with my mom. Can I please leave? Like, you can definitely do that. When it comes to driving to school, if your school, I didn't cover it in the last video, but if you have one thing that you should do by senior years, have your license. I didn't have my license. I still don't have my license. Get your fucking license, please. And that is the one thing you need to do from your freshman year to now, is get that motherfucking license and have that shit now. Now at my school, weirdly enough, so as long as you had a license, you could drive. Even if you were a freshman somehow, like a really old freshman for whatever reason, you could have a license and drive. You could drive to and from school if you wanted to. You could park in the school students' parking lot, so as long as you had a parking pass and whatnot. Understand that there is etiquette, obviously, to parking in the parking lot. You'll probably just learn it as you drive to school, but obviously, learn that shit. When it comes to things like prom and whatnot, obviously you're not obligated to ask someone out. For example, like, you're not obligated to ask someone out for Sadie's, home co, prom, etc., as I just said. Now, not every school has a Sadie's Hawkins dance, but some schools do, some schools don't. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a funny moment. Like, I remember freshman year, I think everyone was talking about Sadie's. I was like, the fuck is Sadie's? I thought it was like somebody's house. Like, I thought it was like at a party at somebody's house named Sadie. And I was like, I don't know any Sadies in my grade. And then I had to Google that shit up. I mean, it's talking about like the opposite of Hoko, virtually, where girls ask guys out. Now, I wasn't lucky enough to have that happen. When it comes to it, like, honestly, this is like the year where memories are the most important thing that you want to really care about. And honestly, just make the most of it, dog. Like, if you want to work, that's one thing, but try to make the most of it. And honestly, don't take this year so serious, because this is like the last year that you have. Like, this is the year, like last year of really not having that many responsibilities. Like, the last bit of time where the only responsibilities you have is just making sure your grades are okay, and that's it, really. And until you really have to go out into the real world and really gain genuine responsibilities and stuff, you know, having to pay things like rent, go to college, etc. Now, on the topic of college and like schools and whatnot, one thing is, you should have known by your junior year if you were gonna go to college or not. Don't play like wishy-washy with that shit where it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna go to college. Either you're gonna go to college or you're not. If you don't go to college, then have something else in mind. I'm not condoning, I'm not saying you, hey, and if you're gonna be like, oh my god, you didn't go to college, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're this, like, look, I get it. Now, personally, me, like, I really don't know what I'm gonna do, and that's perfectly fine for me, for some people. And honestly, I used to lie to, like, honestly, like, for years I would end up just lying to people about like what I was gonna do after high school. Like, even at like some of my friends' graduation parties, like, I was fucking lying the whole time because I still don't know what to do. So that's why, yeah, so this, the mother, okay, to the idiot that called my phone, I don't know why you would do that. But anyways, that's one thing. I won't lie to you, if you're not gonna go to college, have something in mind. Something, it doesn't need to be something crazy, but like something like the army, a trade, or just going straight into the workforce, or maybe like picking up some kind of like coding boot camp or some kind of skill or something like that might be what you need to do, an apprenticeship, or if you're gonna chase a dream. Now for me, I mean, I think personally thinking I might just chase a trade, in my opinion. If not, I'm gonna chase my dream of just being a YouTuber and Twitch streamer for the most part, like a content creator. So obviously that's what I'm doing right now. Like, oh my goodness. But anyways, when it comes to like dating and stuff, obviously, one, if you're gonna date and you've had a relationship for years, you might want to consider breaking up with, you know, he or she, that individual, sooner or later, because you don't really want to, long distance type of relationships don't really work that well. And if, you know, your girl goes to one college, or, you know, your SO goes to one college and you go to another college or something, and depends, like, for example, like, I knew a guy that went to, like, I think TCU, and then his girl went to LSU. Yeah, she went to LSU, long distance. I'm hoping he's still with her. I'm praying for that brother, but I don't think he is. I don't think he's still with her. But if he is, I'm hoping you're doing okay, and I'm hoping you still have her. I'm not saying that you won't have her, but the main thing is that when it comes to it, like, long distance relationships don't work, mainly for the fact there's not like a physical presence to them to keep both of you guys in line. Now, and when it comes to things like and one thing is, senior year, try to just make well with everybody and try to like repair broken relationships and just, you know, and things like that, and just understand that a lot of people will just start liking you by senior year. Like, you'll just have like a random influx of people just being friends with you or just being way nicer to you than you were beforehand. Like, a lot of people, like, bygones are a really big thing come senior year, especially for the fact, like, especially like that last 3 to 4 months of that, it's just straight up bygones. When it comes to graduation, obviously, this, like, they'll be an assembly and for everything, and they'll instruct you on what to do, where to go, like where to get your cap and gown, all this. Now, and usually there's gonna be a venue depending on how nice your school is. Either it's just gonna be at your school's like what's it called? It'll be like outside at your school's football field, or it might be in an actual like auditorium or an arena. For my high school, it was actually at an arena. I'm not gonna say what because I'm not doxing myself, but depends on what school you go to, person, obviously. But now one thing that I will say is that when it comes to schedules, try to be as smart as possible to give yourself the best schedule possible and try to maximize off periods. Now, something you can do, which I know a lot of seniors I know did, was dual enrollment, which basically allows you to take like community college classes and high school classes to get you like was a college credit. Now, it's something you can do if your school does allow or offer it, which I would recommend doing if you can do it and there's a specific like program that you want to do. I know a lot of people I know that thinks like, I know a common thing, a lot of the guys, they would do like automotive and whatnot, but most of my friends I think did tech. Yeah, a lot of them, I think like my friend did cyber and then another friend of mine did cyber, but it's not like a necessary thing for you to do. But overall, senior year will definitely be like your most fun year. And when it comes to grades, just know this. Look, if it's like if you're gonna lose out on a B, like an A for a B, just let it happen, dog. Like, no need to make yourself any more like, no need to like make yourself 3 times more depressed if you can just take the B, man. Like, this is like the one year where it's like, you know what, man, fuck it. Because primarily the first like years from like freshman to junior year are way more important for your like GPA and what colleges care about than really your senior year by far. And also like a lot of colleges primarily care about things like your SATs and ACTs for the most part. I think the ACT isn't commonly done anymore, but obviously, as I said, check what state you live in and obviously like look at the state, like the guidelines for stuff like that. I can't really think of anything else, but I can't lie to you though. Don't be that guy that buys all the random things that like in the senior catalog and stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I'll get a class of like, 25, 70 class of like 27 ring and Letterman jacket and all this. Like, come on, dog. Just take your diploma and be done with it, man. Like, just have a diploma, be done with it. When it comes to things like overall, I think I'm gonna make this last little bit just about life lessons overall. But honestly, when it comes to like the rest of your life, I think these are some things that I've learned over the years overall while being in high schools. Like, number one is honestly just don't take things so fucking seriously, because the more you learn to stop caring so much about that shit, it just makes life so much easier for you to get through like, things like bullying and all sorts of shit. Number two is like the golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. It sounds so rudimentary, in fact, to be honest with you, but it really isn't. It you would think like, oh, that's just common sense, right? Like, oh my god, that's what your grandma told you, that's what your first grade teacher told you, like that's what everyone told you all throughout elementary school. But it's really a cheat code, honestly, when you genuinely apply that shit into like a real world application. Number three, don't be a weirdo and learn to take a no. Trust me, learning to understand that no means no and just take that L, bro. Okay? Because when you decide, oh, no doesn't mean no, then you're gonna get yourself into hot waters, and really quick too. And especially in really deep waters you do not want to be in, that could possibly get you arrested or in jail, etc., etc. When it comes to, dating, now, assuming you're a senior watching this, or you'll probably be 18, when it comes to dating apps and stuff, I'm not saying I wouldn't recommend using them. Some of my friends use them. I don't want to use them, though my friends have kind of gotten me to, think about using them, like a little bit. I'm like considering it, but I'm not gonna bother touching it. But it's on my mind, dog. It's on my mind like crazy heavy. I won't lie, when it comes to it, you'll be okay for the most part, and throughout life. Also, oh my goodness, I just realized something. Money is super simple. You need to understand how to like work with your money, like throughout high school, and if you're gonna have a job. oh my goodness, if you're gonna have a job, just remember, like, do not take too many hours. Now you can just work weekends, you could work after school, just please don't work too many hours where it's starting to affect your like grades and stuff, or at least too much where the hit wouldn't be like that crazy, because you don't want to be the guy, like, yeah, you have money in your account, but the thing is your grades are fucked. So I would say I'd prioritize grades and mental health over money at times, especially like in your senior year. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, you could easily do stuff to not to offset that shit. So yeah, when it comes to like, you know, opportunities and stuff, I feel like if you're gonna, like, you should have like an end goal besides just like, oh, I just want to do this like this. Usually you should have like, you want to understand like what you're gonna do 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now. It's not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, in college, right? Or I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna have this degree or that degree, and I'm gonna have this job. And it's like, maybe I want to have this job, and maybe you want to start a family. I want to, you know, start getting in the, you know, charity or do charity work or something, right? Or something else like that. You don't want to just have one thing, like one goal, because once you have that goal, then you're just gonna end up like kind of just, I don't know how to put it. It's just, you're gonna have like a burnout, right? Because when you spend all your time and energy on just the one fucking thing, you're just gonna, once you finally achieve that thing, you're just gonna feel like this. You're just gonna, oh, I'm so tired, man. I don't know what to do. I'm so fucking bored. I'm so tired for this and that. And so this doesn't really help you in the long run. So yeah, I think that's everything I want to get off for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic senior year, and I hope that you know, have a good time. Peace.